Kachichuita Botunga. Tornobank, Waleoganda Naru Chuchut. Runda di Hodunga kun hunkabi. Tong Haitwam Kachikun Ita Hodunga. Iking Kuno. Takumjus Miki Grabelmogo. Kachichuita Botunga. Tornobank, Waleoganda Runda di Muchashak Bakhat Runda Diho Takumjus Tong Haitwam Kachi We Runda Diho Kat We Runda Di Jedabadawan Achuta. Unga kurbistoldi kikuyana. Dong patugas atelea. Unga kunga. Wana kunbes ching balamule. Tonking balamule. Tukning chatukunde. Mulerabes. Muchashak bakat. Kiyeno no namapaule rachiku. Takunjus takmiki grabumogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbang wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogasha ponka bola wana chikne. Amule slimo hodadara nanga kumbis. Mule rabes. Jedu baduana nigibogo. Tonga bunsha nunya. Tonga tukashmak talea. Tonga diho tonga kun honka. Wana kun bez ching balamule. Tonking bamumote. Tukning chatukunde. Mule rabes. Kachikun ida haldonga. Ikin kuno bamule rachiku. Tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonqualeo gandona chuchu. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Dunga digo dunga kun. Wana kun. Kachi kun ita. Dunga digo. Kachi kun ita haldonga. Ikin kuno bamunerachi kun. Slimo podona. Dunga kun kabe. Dunga di. Kachi kun ita Runga diho dunga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule. Tunking ba nunotek. Tukning chatukunde mulerabes. Muchashak bakat.
Greetings, Padawan. You must be the one, Master Bulu. I am an If you had any need, I have already retrieved some information from the archives on Koldanetic, Ricard Lusov, and Hand and Gold. I have also had time to examine the body. Is there any... My preliminary analysis of the body indicates that he was killed approximately 3 hours ago by a single energy blast to the torso. Is there any other information you need? These plains are rife with wild animals, not all of them benign. The Iriars are mostly docile, but can easily be provoked to violence. Cathounds, on the other hand, are much more deadly. There have been over 35 catalogued attacks on settlers by cathounds in the last 2 weeks. A general advisory was given out 3 days ago to carry a weapon at all times when on the plains. Small farms and holdings dot the... Is there any... Very well. I will...
Another Jedi. I'm Ricard. Well, I was out hunting Irias when I spotted one over here by the bridge. I pull out my rifle and aim at it. I couldn't see it that well, mind you, because the damn sun was in my eyes. So I shoot it and it drops. I walk over here and find Handon standing over Calder's body. So why don't you get this whole farce over with and send that whiner Handon?
Ah, greetings. I'm Handon Gould. Perhaps you... I guess under the circumstances, no. Well, I presume you wish to hear my story, then. You see, I was out here running earlier today. Yes, running. I do that a lot. And all of a sudden, I saw Rickard come skulking out of the shadows of the rocks south of the river. And I knew something was wrong. I hit my emergency button and called the Enclave. Well, there.
Jedu baduanan tong haitwam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonqualeo gandona chuchut. Muchashak pa. Runda diho tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palam. Jeda baduana ni di bobo. Tong na bungsha nunya. Tong patukas ta kung just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu.
How can I be of further assistance? Injured? No, of course not. Why would I have been? Fit as a bathtub. I run. How can I be of further assistance? I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there. Yes, quite often. I generally prefer running to anything else. Can't stand speeders. A healthy body will breed a healthy mind, as I always... Of course.
So, what do you want? I told you already, didn't I? Was hunting, was in my blind. Now I don't have nothing. So, what? Well, I was out hunting Irias south of here, and I saw one over by the bridge. The sun was pretty much right behind it, though, so I couldn't see it none too clearly. I shot, and when I came over, Calder must have been... Right.
Ta kung just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogisha ponka bola. Jeda baduana ni di bobo. Tong hait wam muchashak pat. Kachikun ita hodonga. Iking kuno pamulera chikun. Stimo podonar di hodunga ku kabe. Muchashak pakat. Kiye no no namapa jeda baduana ni di bobo. Tong na bungsha nunya. Tong ta kung just tak miki. Jeda baduana ni. Ronda di hodonga kun honkabi. Muchashak ta kung just tak. Jeda baduana. Tong hait wam jiji jung lumpa. Nita poe tikito. Dolpa da bonkwalea gandona chuchut. Kachi chu ita dundonga. Yumalita kuto tu ta kung just tak. Kachi muchashak pakat. Ronda di muchashak. Ronda di muchashak pak. Ronda di hodonga kun honkabi. Muchashak.
How can I be of further assistance? I knew him a little bit, but I was not any sort of great friend to him or anything. I never really associated with him that much. In truth, I didn't really want to. He had a reputation. Very inconsiderate of family, I heard. But merely having heard unkind things about someone wouldn't make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit agitated. Why must we remain here? Can't you see that Rickard must have shot him? How can I be of further... Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, man. Of course, of course.
So, what do you want to know? Yeah, I knew him. Hell, we've known each other for a good long time. Doesn't mean I really have to have liked the slime ball. Maybe I shouldn't be so hard on him. Especially now that he's dead. We actually got along pretty well most of the time. We just had our differences. We were actually business partners. We were involved in some orbit-to-ground transport operations for Aerotech. Can I leave now? I should probably be the one to give the news to his wife. So, you Jedi are so predictable, always seeing some greater purpose behind everything, when the simple answer is usual. Can't you see that it must have been Handon? I don't know why this is causing you so much trouble. You almost seem as lost as this Baluk guy. So, well, kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. So, what do you want? Right.
Chikun idahaldonga, ikinkun opa mulera chikun. Slimopod lunda dihodonga kun hankabi. Wanakun bez ching palamule. Lunda dihod. Mucho shot bakat. Kino no nama paulera. Lunda dijo tong height. Lunda di. Ka chikun ita haldonga. Ikinkun opa mulera chikun. Lunda dijo tonga kun hankabi. Wanakun bez ching pa tong haitwam. Lunda di.
So, what do you want? Right.
I'm here.
Sure.
Lunda dijo tonga kun hankabi. Wanakun bez ching palamule. Tungking ba munotek. Ka chikun ita haldonga. Lunda dijo tonga. Lunda dijo. Jeda ba the one and you mucho shot bakat. Lunda dijo to. Jeda ba the one and you tong height one. Lunda di. Catch. Lunda di. Tong height. Lunda di.
What can I do?
What? How can I be of further assistance? I was taking my daily constitutional. I just happened to be running by when I heard a shot. I ran over and found Calder's body lying there. How can I be of further... Well, you see, Calder was involved in some pretty sordid business from time to time. More often than not, I've heard. Disreputable business practices, even more disreputable clients. I've even heard he had dealings with a hut here on Tatootine. Now, I bet you're wondering if I had any reasons to kill the man, but I tell you, I hardly knew him. I saw him once or twice, yes, and I've heard some pretty unkind things about him, but certainly nothing that would make me want to kill him. I'm sorry, Anne. Of course.
So, what do you want to know? Well, I kind of sprained my ankle running through the bush before I found the body, but it's nothing that serious. Right.
Is there any other information? The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other information you need? According to the municipal authorities near the Garrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity in the cantina attached to the port. Apparently, a Mr. R. Lusoff was making accusations at a Mr. C. Nettick about cheating him in a business deal. Jedi Tuka was dispatched to the scene and restored order. Is there any other information you need? My preliminary analysis of the Is there any other... The Southwood Speeder rental business has records that over the past several weeks, a speeder had been rented by Mr. Nettick and Mr. Gould. Is there any other... According to the municipal authorities near the Garrow spaceport, there had been news of violent drunken activity and apparently a Mr. Is there any other... Very well.
How can I be of further assistance? But I realize this must seem like a motive to you, but I assure you it isn't. I dislike Calder, true. I would punch his face in, given the opportunity, but I would not kill him. My wife was cheating on me with him. He slept in my own bed while I was in the next room. But, as much as I may hate him for that, I could not kill him. It may have been my own fault for driving my wife away. I must try not to take the law into my own hand. I was just out running, trying to clear my head for the divorce proceedings, not stalking him to kill. Of course, of course.
So, what do you want? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We run a suborbital shipping and transport company out of Garang Spaceport. We've been partners in that business for well over 20 years, and we've been doing just fine the way we are. Right.
Aku Lunga dijo kachi kun itahaw donga. Lunga dijo donga kun hankabi. Wana kun bez ching. Ta kung just tak miki grabel mogo. Kachichu itahaw donga. Kat mucho shakpak. Ta kung just aku pat ta kung just ita man daya ka wato wama huhunan dagte shatung ni patoga wano kuspe ching palamula tonke.
Is there any other info? We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other information you need? We cannot get any more specific analysis. Is there any other... The Southwood Speeder rental business has records. Is there any other... My preliminary Is there any other... Very well. I will...
How can I be of further assistance? That blaster was stolen from my house last week. I never knew what happened to it. I hardly have enough money to afford a single blaster, let alone another. I can't tell you how important it is to have a weapon on hand with all these ravenous cat hounds around. Even an Irias can take a man down if it gets in the mood. Every settler has a weapon. It's our most prized possession. I would most appreciate it if I could have that back after you determine that Rickard is the killer. How can I be of further assistance? Of course, of course.
So, what do you want? Now, I don't love Calder, but we go back a long way. We've been partners in... Right. So, what do you want? That blaster? Never seen it before. Calder himself had a preference for Ichani weaponry. He had this one really nice light blaster rifle that he always used. I always wished I could get myself a rifle like the one he had. That blaster ain't it, though. Calder only had the one rifle, too, so he either must have borrowed that, or it's someone else's. Right.
Is there any other... I am sorry, but I seem to be failing you. I have searched and searched, but I cannot seem to come up with anything at all. I thought to find the record of the missing weapon report Mr. Gould filed with the authorities, but there does not seem to be one. Is there any other information you need? I am sorry. I thought to find... Is there any other Very well.
Runda dijo tunga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez kachi kun itahodonga. Iking kuno pamulerachi kun. Stimo mucho shot bakhan.
Is there any other... I have just received back an analysis of a sample of the blood found on the weapon. It had been sent back to the enclave just before you arrived. The blood on the weapon is definitely not Calder's. Unfortunately, there was a bacterial contaminant in the sample that had been taken back to the laboratory, and it had become degraded. We cannot get any more specific analysis from that sample other than the fact it did not belong to Calder. Is there any other... Very well.
Tong up. Runda dijo. Runda dijo tunga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tungking ba nunutek. Tukning chut.
Hey, what are you doing?
Jito ba dawana ni di bobo? Tong nabungsha ninunya. Tong patukas maktalea. Ta kung jis takniki grabel mogo. Kachichu ita bodunga. Tolbabank wale oganda naru chuchut. Mogisha ponka bola wana chikne. Bamula. Jito ba dawana ni di bobo?
I can leave now, then?
What?
No!
Tong abom siya unina? Huwag na kumbis.
No! I can't. So I'm going to.
Bihot ka.
Yes! I came out here.
Tong hai ka chikun idahaldonda. Iking kuno pamulera chikun. Achuta. Unga kumbis dolbi kikun.
Yes?
Let's make this quick. Yes? Huh? You shall fall. What can I do? I feel I must apologize for the way I acted towards you before, in the Grove. It was wrong of me. I am sorry for attacking you. I am sorry for thinking you would only try to kill me. I hope that by helping you in your task, I may redeem myself in your eyes, and in my own. Thank you. It is most reassuring to know that you can forgive me, even though I tried to take your life. I can only hope that in our time...
Hey there, what can I do for you? No problem. Just so happens I've got one here I've been working on. Here you go. I'll just add it to our inventory. Anything else you need? No problem. 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 Anything else you need? I'm not the one you should ask about Tatootine. I didn't even know there was a Jedi Academy here. I always thought it was just a bunch of settlers and farmers. Sorry I can't be more help. Okay.
How can I help? No, not bothering me. Not exactly. I've been thinking about what the Jedi Council said about the two of us. There is a bond between us. I do not dispute that. I can feel it, as I'm sure you can. The nature of that bond and its effect on our mission remain in question. Please. I'm a Jedi. Such feelings, such attractions are, well, they're beneath me, quite frankly. I admit I find you intriguing. I find your command of the Force intriguing, but my interest in you is purely academic. Surely you can understand why. Our fates are strongly connected. So connected that a literal bond has been forged between us. I saw your service records when you were transferred aboard the Ender Spire, but nothing beyond that. I know very little about you. I'd like to ask you some questions, given our relationship. I was referring to the bond we share, the one the Jedi Council spoke of. If I was actually interested in you, rest assured I could come up with a much better... Touched a nerve? No. Getting on my nerves? Most definitely. I suppose this is what you... Are you going to... I see you I suppose I'll just have to speak to you again later.
Yes, what's on your mind? Have I been quiet? Suppose I have. I guess I just don't like being left out of the loop. Left out of the loop, you know, not being told anything, strung along. It's really starting to irritate me. For one thing, I want to know what the Jedi Council said to you. They pulled you in there and refused to tell me a thing. I'm rather curious to know what went on, and why they didn't keep you on Tatootine for training. Isn't that strange? I'd be more than happy to, but she's as closed-mouthed as the rest of the council. I'm hoping you'll be the one to enlighten me. I may not know much about the Jedi, but I do know they aren't famous for taking on old Padawans and sending them on dangerous assignments. A bond? What kind of bond? You mean to say that they told you that you were tied to Bastila in some way? I have trouble believing that. You're a neophyte Padawan who's been saddled with the responsibility of tracking down these star maps. Why, that's not normal. I am not trying to provoke you or to imply that you're somehow responsible for the No, I don't... Well, I'll tell you this much, I'm not... Yeah, we'll just see about that one. Look, I didn't mean it that way. I want to get to Saul, not... Just forget I said anything.